All right, welcome into the AFC South Roundtable, where we cover everything AFC South. What a weekend for the Jaguars. The Texans look like a viable football team again, which is crazy. We thought that we had lost them, but maybe they can be resuscitated. We're going to talk about the recap of last week. We're also going to talk about the upcoming week, but I've got to bring in my guys. Titan Rossi's here. Derek is here. Dalton and my guy, Ruben, also here. All smiles all the way around, even though a couple of you guys lost. But hell of a weekend of games. We got to talk about them. Dalton, listen, man, I'm going to start with you just because I'm a 49er fan and I've got to take this one on the chin, man. And my 49ers lost at home to your Jaguars. Very sloppy game, by the way. I was unimpressed with both teams and their lack of execution. You guys had a ton of penalties, couldn't get plays in on time, just dumb stuff happening. We were the same way. Special teams blunders. It was awful, awful football for a big chunk of that game. But ultimately, the Jaguars did get it done. I left heartbroken. You left with a smile on your face, brother. Talk to me about this game and how did the Jags get it done? They won 26-21 in Santa Clara. What are your thoughts on this one, brother?
Yeah, this one, I mean, it was a statement game, right? I mean, you're usually through 4 weeks of the season, you get a better idea of what your team is. And one thing that we know is that the Jaguars defense is elite. It's nasty. 3 turnovers in each of the first 3 games. And as if that was enough, they get 4 turnovers against the San Francisco 49ers.
I want that rematch.
We'll get it soon. But yeah, like the defense is nasty. They get after it. They know how to turn a ball over. And there are even a couple of them that they forced out that the 49ers are able to recover. So defense is absolutely nasty. This team definitely plays with an edge. The offensive run game was back. ETN is just in rare form right now. A lot of us, including me, were talking about maybe shipping him off as it looked like he was washed. But the Jaguars' number 3 run game in the NFL. The offensive line is terrific. Only 3 sacks allowed on Trevor Lawrence throughout the season. So the run game is good. The defense is really good. Now, there are still some things very, very clunky. The penalties, the Jaguars just can't get out of their own way with penalties, and a lot of it comes from just not being able to line up right. They're late breaking the huddle right now. When they get to the line, sometimes players don't really know what they're doing, and it's obvious sometimes that players are running the wrong route. So they're still trying to get a feel for the offense, and everybody's trying to get a feel for each other, right? I mean, Hunter Long has 2 receiving touchdowns this year, while Brian Thomas Jr. and Travis Hunter have 0. So the pass game is still getting going. Trevor Lawrence, he puts together some good quarters, but he can never put together a complete game. I really like this first half, but in the second half, there was the struggles, and it seems like there's a lot of things going good when it comes to the defense, run game, offensive line, but the passing game is a little bit clunky, and the penalties are bad, but at the end of the day, the Jaguars are 3-1 right now, right? They're 3-1, and we're not even playing our best football. Every game we're forcing turnovers, and that's just the thing that the Jaguars do now. I mean, they get turnovers, whether it be through interceptions, whether it be through forced fumbles, that they get them every game. So at some point, you got to call spade a spade, and the Jaguars are a team that knows how to force turnovers. So if the defense keeps playing the way it is, we'll be able to hang around in any game. At the end of the day, the Jaguars are 3-1 right now, so it's just a great feeling after only winning 4 games in 2024.
I will say this. The 49ers, and I'm not going to sit up here and be like, oh, injuries. No, they got beat flat out. The 49ers also, I think, are coming in at 3-0. I know that the record was impressive, and I'm sure it feels good to get that win, but as a 49er fan, I don't think the 49ers are that good. I think that they got the benefit and some lucky things that kind of went their way those first few games. And I think they're going to struggle. I think they could end up 3-3 here at the end of this upcoming stretch. And I would say, the Jaguars winning on the road is always tough going east to west. They have a lot to clean up, man. And I'm just coming at this at an unbiased angle. I think that they have a ton to clean up. They're certainly going to need to clean those things up as this season goes along. I get it. They're learning the new offense, and that can be tough. Etienne's an absolute baller. The whole running game. I mean, LaQuint Allen's a good player. Vishal Tutin's a good player. Oddly enough, it was the 49ers that had drop issues, not not your Jacksonville Jaguars. They actually hung on to the ball, but just some weird blunders. You had a receiver with plenty of room on a sideline catch the ball and not keep his feet in for an easy first down earlier in the game. You can't get it in and out of the huddle. Just penalties galore, missing a field goal kick. It's very sloppy from Jacksonville. Yes, they won, but I was uninspired, if I'm just being real with you. And that's something that they're going to have to fix, man. They are.
No, yeah, and I agree with pretty much most what you say. There's a lot of stuff for the Jaguars to improve, like just the offense right now. Like they're getting late breaking the huddle. We'll break the huddle with like 8 seconds on a play clock. So I'm like, what's going on? Like Cam Little, 2 weeks in a row misses 2 crucial kicks. I mean, the one against the Texans would have put us up 10. This one would have put us up 8. And you miss it, and then you give the 49ers the ball back with less than 5 minutes left at their own 40-yard line. We're shooting ourselves in the foot, but luckily the defense is getting the kill shots. And honestly, like as clunky as the offense has been, they've been able, when Trevor has the ball very last, like he's been able to get it done, right? They were able to drive down the field against the Houston Texans, get the touchdown. This last week, they were able to obviously get the right amount of first downs to be able to ice the game down. So luckily, when the defense needs to make a big play, they've been making it. And when the offense needs to close it out, they're able to close it out. And that's really all you can ask for at this point from, a team that was probably only projected. I think Vegas had us at 6.5 wins. So we're closing them out. And a lot of things some people say is good teams find ways to win and bad teams find ways to lose. So, of course, we have a really tough stretch coming up. Chiefs at home on Monday Night Football next week, and then you have the Seahawks and then the Rams. So really tough 3-game stretch. But, man, if you can win 2 out of the next 3 of these, we'd be really in an insane spot being 5-2 going into the bye week. And then really the schedule really eases up for us in a big way.
One big question and something that came out of that game, you had a major injury to a pass rusher and you had a major injury to your right tackle. I'm not saying major injury like it's serious and they're going to be out for a long time, but they miss a big chunk of that game. What does their health look like coming into the upcoming week? Any idea?
Well, yeah, I mean, Anton Harrison missed a bunch of time, but he actually came back in at the end of the game. So luckily he did finish up at right tackle. Trayvon Walker, we'll see. We haven't got official word on him, but it's a wrist injury, right? Like if they were evaluating his knee or like a hamstring, I'd be more worried. But, a wrist to me, and he's even said it before, he doesn't ever get lower body injuries. It's always like his hands and stuff. So, maybe next Monday he's out there with a club. I think, if you hear about a wrist injury, and you're not like a running back or receiver, I think you're kind of in a better spot than if it was, say, something else.
All right. Well, congratulations to your Jags. At the end of the day, it's hard to win in the NFL, and they absolutely pulled it off, and every win matters, certainly. So congratulations to you and your Jags. Another win, 3-1. Great week for y'all. Okay, let's talk about the in-division matchup. The Texans looked good, dare I say. Won this one pretty easily. You know what I mean? So we'll start on the losing side. Mr. Rossi over here. Titans get beat again. And Cam Ward had some very choice comments after this game, brother. You got to talk to me about that. But also, what did you see in this game? What did you leave with? What were some of your takeaways? And how did this whole thing happen?
I really don't know what you're talking about. I mean, my team won in overtime against Mississippi State. Joey Aguilar had an amazing game. They're 3-1, and they're probably going to make the playoffs. So who are the Titans? What am I even doing here? No, man. Look. What Cam said after the game, look, Titans fans are always screaming about the national media not giving them any attention and anything. Well, Cam's got their attention now, for better or for worse. A lot of people agree with it. A lot of people disagree with it. Me, I'm kind of okay, your play sucked on Sunday. The whole team sucked. I mean, you played a team that was literally scoring 12 points a game. They were 0-3. Let's not act like the Texans have been any good this year at all. I mean, if you want to talk about stat wise, I mean, yeah, their defense has been their defense, but they've only scored 12 points a game. That was worse than the Tennessee Titans. For the Titans to get beat, and I'm not taking anything away from the Texans, they had some great plays. The running back there, Willie Marks, he looked great.
Woody.
Stroud was like 22 for 28. He looked great in the second half, and they got some things together, but you still got beat 26-0 by an 0-3 team. Like, it just shows you how awful it is in Nashville right now. I mean, the Titans are absolutely awful. And I looked back at their record throughout, like, since they've been in Nashville. And they've had some bad teams. I think they even had a 2-win team. But even then, I don't remember it being this bad. I don't remember the incompetence on the coaching being this bad. Brian Callahan is an absolute moron. Like, he shouldn't be coaching. He should be fired already. Is that going to make the Titans any better if they can him now? I just worry about Cam, man. Like, I worry about, are they going to ruin him? You know what I mean? They kind of did this. I mean, Vince Young, it kind of, I feel like the Titans kind of ruined him at that time. But I don't know, man. I could go on and on about it. Like I said, I'm still a Titans fan at the end of the day, but I'm just so, like, fed up with them right now.
Man, 4 games into the season, it's just awfully bleak over there for the Titans. My gosh. All right. Well, it started out bleak for the Texans, Ruben, but 26-0. And now all of a sudden, that Ravens team doesn't look so unbeatable. They might have a Lamar Jackson injury. You could run off 2 in a row. We'll talk about that game later, but talk to me about this game. It was definitely a get-right game, especially for C.J. Stroud for sure. This offense, they were able to get things going a little bit against a formidable foe, defensively at least, in the Titans. We know that your defense is very good, so a shutout there isn't necessarily the most surprising thing, but the 26 points was good to see. Talk to me about what you saw from your Houston Texans this past Sunday.
Well, all things were on the offense, and this game is a tale of two halves. It was 6-0 at halftime. It felt like the same old Houston Texans. So I don't know what the hell happened in the third quarter and the fourth quarter, but C.J. Stroud looked like what he did in year one, and it looked easy for the offense out there. 3 straight trips to the red zone late in the game, 3 straight touchdowns. What the Texans did to kind of prepare for this new, offense production was they changed guards. Juice Scruggs is getting more time at left guard, and they started utilizing more of the young guys, which was something that I've been hammering every single week. Woody Marks, touchdown on the ground, touchdown through the air. He should be the Houston Texans starter running back going forward. The rookie that you took in the second round, Jaden Higgins, he had himself a touchdown. So if you could get this offense consistently, which is a big if, which with the defense that you have, and that's one of the best defense in the NFL, you could compete in every single game. You've been in every single game. With the offense still looking garbage, if you sack Baker Mayfield on 4th and 10, you're set. You're 2-2. This defense will keep you in games. This defense will win you games. It will be, can the guy behind me put together sustaining drives? He did that in the third and fourth quarter against the Tennessee Titans. It was a good sign. And like you mentioned, we have a banged up Baltimore Ravens team coming up. I'm still not going to predict a win because the Texans haven't even showed up against Baltimore in the last couple of years. But this is what we've been waiting to see the last 3 weeks, is your offense putting up some points.
Yeah, absolutely. And you think that offensive line with some of that movement is something that's sustainable here? Like, how did you see that thing?
Well,
Or do
the
you think it
last
was kind of
3
like a 1 week thing?
weeks in terms of pressure, it has gone down like almost 6 points every single week. So the offensive line, it's still bad. It's still bad, but it is improving. And one thing that I mentioned before the half was the offensive line is giving CJ time. He's just has happy feet. He's not trusting his internal clock. That all changed at the second quarter. He started to set his feet. He started to make the throws that he made in year one. We just want to see it week in and week out.
That's totally fair. We got some super chats. Eric coming in and says Brock is dicing up the next defense, Jacksonville's top 1 defense. Listen, I take it from the 49er fan. Brock Purdy's a turnover machine. I'm sorry. He has been. He was that in college. He's turning into that in the NFL. Jacksonville's defense is for real. I'm not taking anything away from him. Brock Purdy likes to turn over the football. He puts the football in harm's way too much. And they're going up against the Rams. And the Rams defense is also very good. So if he does play on Thursday, and he may not with this toe injury, he'll have probably a couple more. I'm just being real with you. Clemson is better, says at Derek. I didn't catch the live, but I saw you disrespect the Jags and Trevor. Trevor has a 5-2 record against the Colts. Belt to ass.
The only
Derek?
reason I picked the 49ers to beat the Jags this last week was because Dalton didn't pick the Colts. That's the only reason I said that. I thought that the Jaguars very could have easily handled their business. And
Dalton didn't even pick the Jaguars.
No, here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. I was actually doing the Jaguars a favor, right? What's it called? On the Wednesday morning, Liam Cohen came in and showed Robert Saleh the words that he was saying. And then he turned on the AFC South Roundtable, went to about the 52-minute marker, and showed the whole entire team my prediction, okay? He forced everybody on the team to change their phone background to my face. They put my face all over the walls, and they said, we are proving this idiot wrong. So I was doing the Jaguars a favor by picking against them. So you guys are all welcome, okay? Get off my back.
And anyone that didn't catch my live, I encourage the 300 people that are in here watching, please go to my channel, watch that live stream, and at the 2-hour and 13-minute mark, I won't explain what happened. You probably can guess it based off of what is happening. Just if you want to have a great laugh or just get amusement out of something, you can watch me melt down at that moment in time. So please go check it out at that moment in time.
Derek melting down, sign me up. Colts for Super Bowl says the Colts haters need to enjoy our loss because it's not happening much this year. We're going to talk about that game here shortly. Sam B says, as a Jags fan, Shanahan was scheming us so well, knew the coverages and hit us hard, especially when we ran the cover 2 shells. Yeah, he was definitely dialing it up. Tons of drops, but, it happens. I'm from Duval, says, I finally get to celebrate a Jawan Taylor holding call next Monday.
Oh, you guys are playing early fall starts as well.
Yeah. Daniel Miller says, Derek, is McGrone being cut because of Sunday's game?
Yes. Well, I mean, in totality, he's being cut because of how ass he's been this year. He's literally allowed every single reception on every target thrown his direction and has missed half his tackles. I mean, McGrone is a waste of space out there at linebacker right now. So 100%, that's why he's being cut.
I had to highlight this comment because it was poorly written. 49ers host really downplaying the ass they received. We received some ass. You're right. I didn't talk much about all the ass that the 49ers got. I think you meant ass whooping. It was a 1-score game. The 49ers had ball in hand with a chance to win, and Brock Purdy did Brock Purdy things. I don't know what to tell you. Paul Wilson says, could someone please look up the QBR for each AFC South QB? I'm curious where Daniel Indiana Jones ranks. I'm assuming that he's first if you're asking.
I imagine he's probably first.
Where's Cam Ward at?
By much after this last one, but it could be still by a little bit, I think.
All right, let's talk about that Colts game against the Rams. 2 very good teams, by the way. The Colts had to play in Los Angeles. I think I respect the hell out of the Rams. I think they're a good team. Obviously, I see them twice a year. 27-20 and a crazy Adonai Mitchell fumble for no reason. We see this way too often. Daniel Jones looked good at times, but he did look a little Danny Dimes sometimes more than he did Indiana Jones. This is the first time he's actually looked human this year. But overall, I think the Colts continue to show that they're going to stick around in these games and they're going to be a tough beat for even good teams like the Rams. So talk to me, Derek. I know that they lost, but overall, even in a loss, I think you can learn a lot about this team. What were your thoughts on Sunday's game, and what is your outlook going forward after that game?
Yeah, I mean, it sucks because, you saw in a situation where the Indianapolis Colts had 11 penalties in that game. Daniel Jones faced the most pressure of any game yet this year. And you had so many costly mistakes. You Adonai Mitchell being at the forefront of two of those. Obviously, the fumble where he didn't have to do that, and he did it anyway, and he fumbled the ball, and it was a guaranteed 7, and that gets wiped off the board. Would have given us the lead early in the third quarter. And then later in the game, too, when we were still up, when the game was tied, Jonathan Taylor breaks a 53-yard run, mainly because Adonai Mitchell ended up pulling a guy down and using the most. I don't even know how you even determine that was okay to do in that sort of situation. Like, has nobody taught you how to run block? Like, I don't understand it. But Adonai Mitchell continues to screw himself and screw the Colts by making these stupid decisions that he makes. Obviously, Daniel Jones throws that first interception early in the game. He had him open. He just lobbed it. And the Rams guy was able to come in underneath it and steal that. And obviously, the end of the game, when you're down a touchdown and I don't know why Shane Steichen wanted to run 4 verts when there was a minute and a half left with 3 timeouts, but that beats me. He ends up throwing another one because he had to throw it deep. So ultimately, it wasn't a good game from a lot of different guys. And yet somehow, some way, the Indianapolis Colts should have won that game. They were ahead a touchdown middle of the fourth quarter. They should have won that game. And even when the Rams scored and tied it up with 3 minutes left, the Colts don't screw themselves with penalties in that last drive. They get down there, they score, and, we likely win this game. So, I mean, I feel good about the aspect that we played our worst game by far, and yet we still had a good shot at winning against a really good Rams team. So, all in all, it sucks to lose, especially since we know we should have won it. But it feels nice to know that we didn't get blown out. And all in all, if we didn't beat ourselves, we would have won this game.
I will say the Rams have one of the better defensive fronts in the NFL. I mean, they come at you in waves. They
dude.
Insane, bro.
Dalton
Absolutely
Tucker
insane.
was getting picked on at right guard. So Matt Gonsalves was hurt in that game. And Dalton Tucker had to go in. I think this PFF grade was like a 31. So it was really, really bad. So, I mean, he was getting picked on. And it wasn't even just him. I mean, the entire offensive line was feeling the wrath of Gerard Verse and Bryce Young in that game the whole time. I mean, it was a rough outing.
Absolutely. This is a question to you, and I like this question. It says, when are we going to get Reek Woolen, Derek? Can't stand watching Xavier Howard turn into burnt toast every week. Well, I will say I'm a big Reek Woolen fan. He's the reason the 49ers won in week 1. So maybe you don't want Reek Woolen. I don't know. It's up to you guys. But is there actual rumors about Reek Woolen being traded to the Colts? Are you guys hearing those?
Some people mention it. I think it's just mainly because I think Colts fans are just beyond wanting to see Xavier Howard at this point. I mean, Xavier Howard's getting torched every week at this point. Even against the Titans, he ended up giving up the most receptions of anybody else. So, I mean, he's not been good. And, in retrospect, I hate the fact that the Colts had him lining up against Puka Nacua the whole game. Which was stupid, and I don't think the defensive scheme really helped him at all. But he certainly hasn't been good, and we'll have to see if that continues. But, yeah, we need some more corner help because we're struggling right now in that area. I hope we get Kenny Moore back soon, and I hope we get Jalen Jones back soon because I really need them.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You guys have been pretty banged up in that secondary for sure. And the Rams are not the team you want to be banged up against because they got some good receivers over there. We got another question for you, Derek. You're very popular tonight. Cody King says, Derek, some of Daniel Jones' best games in New York was when Saquon was elite and taking the weight off the shoulders of Daniel Jones. Are you worried that the old Daniel Jones will show up more as the teams focus on stopping JT?
I'm not too worried about like this sort of circumstance because again, JT, it wasn't even really about the Rams stopping JT. I mean, JT still averaged over 4 yards a carry in this game against the Rams. And if that 53-yard touchdown run doesn't get called back because of a penalty, then, the numbers are staggering again. And Jonathan Taylor looks amazing. Like, I don't think that it will be an issue. I've seen enough to know that Daniel Jones knows where he's going with the football a lot more than he doesn't. But, obviously going against what we saw here, he obviously had a few throws where you're just like, man, you can't do that. You got to be more sharp with it. But I'm not too worried that we're going to be disappearing into the New York days with Daniel Jones right now. Still believe in the offensive line. He's got great weapons around him. I don't think that he's going to slip into that. But obviously this was the first time that we saw him struggle in some ways this season.
It shouldn't be worrisome with him, Derek, because he's more like he knows more how to be an ass quarterback than a good quarterback. So excited to see what he does going forward.
Oh,
he's got Eli Manning face. All right. Michael Anthony says 42 gets no media coverage. He broke that guy's ribs. You talking about Juwan Jennings, I imagine, on that 2-point conversion attempt. Yeah, I mean, that was a hell of a solid hit, but, Brock
Former
Purdy did lay him
Vol.
out to get squeezed.
Former Vol.
I don't know if that's
There
what we
we
want
go.
media coverage for. Do we want media coverage for breaking a guy's ribs, getting a touchdown? I don't know.
All right. Well, listen, let's bring on the fifth panelist of the show, Big Jags fan, stepping in after another win. Big Jags fan, brother, how you doing, man?
Good. Can y'all hear me?
Oh, we got you. We got
Yeah.
you loud and clear on the Patreon
Yeah, I got my
hotline,
mic, so
brother.
I'm just making sure it's doing right. So
It's good.
shout out to the Texans getting their first win. And I don't think you were excited about the Jags winning because we beat the 49ers.
That could be right. That could be true.
Yeah, could be
It looks like it's true. His face is as red as Derek's shirt. Look at it.
So
He
Oh,
cut
did we
out.
lose him?
He cut out.
No.
No.
I think Jesse did something. Jesse, did you cut him off?
No, not at all. Not at all. You talked about the 49ers, man. I don't know what to tell you. So, no, I'm just joking. No, I definitely didn't. Call back in, Big Jags fans. See if we can get you back in. In the meantime, we will do some Sleeper here. Sleeper is the flagship sponsor of Roundtable Sports this year. You can get a 100% deposit match of up to $100 using promo code RTS. You can play daily fantasy, weekly fantasy, yearly fantasy, and obviously you can do what we do here, which is we put a little skin in the game with some more or lesses. That's what we're going to do tonight. Unfortunately, doing the show every Tuesday, we don't get a lot of games loaded. So really the only game that is loaded is a Thursday night game. And shame, it's my 49ers playing. But either way, we all watch the NFL. So I'm going to have each of you make one pick. Dalton, I'll start with you since your team beat my 49ers. You can make the first choice here. Anything tickle your fancy, whether it's on the 49ers side or it is on the side of the Rams.
Yeah, is there any Christian McCaffrey passing stat, like receiving stats? Because
There's
he destroyed
not.
that one last
There
week.
is
that right?
not. I
Dang,
know.
that stinks.
He's like one of the better receivers in the league right now. So
Yeah, bro, he destroyed that one. But let's scroll down. Man, Puka Nacua, how about we go higher on him?
Yeah.
He's he's a beast, man. He made the Colts secondary look a little silly.
He
so I'll go with
was
him.
like literally unstoppable, dude.
all right, we'll hit the more. We're gonna hammer the more on Puka. Rossi, I'll give you next choice here, brother.
Oh, Rossi, you're muted.
Sorry, guys. Can you hear me?
All
All right.
Yeah,
we got you.
I'm gonna go with the let's see, Robinson.
Yep.
I'm gonna take a gamble. Go with the Moore.
All
on the
right. I
rushing
love it.
yards, yeah.
I like this one. I like this one. All right, Ruben, tell me what you like here, brother.
I'll take a Pearsall anytime touchdown.
Oh, cool. I like
Shout
this.
out to my
Okay,
boy
okay.
Ricky.
Hey, Slick Rick. All right, Derek, give me one, man. You guys just played these Rams. You should know them well. Give me one on the Ram side of the house.
give me more on Devontae Adams.
Oof. Sounds like a rough day for the secondary of the 49ers. All right, we're going to take it. We're going to put 10 in. We're going to 17x that. That's going to put us at $174. You can tail us or you can fade us, whatever you want to do, but make sure you use promo code RTS on Sleeper, the fastest growing fantasy app that there is. All right, fellas, we recapped week 4. It is time to get into week 5. But first, Big Jags fan is back. Let's see if we can actually keep him on the line here. Big Jags fan, what's up, brother?
Yeah, somebody called me. I had to put my phone on Do Not Disturb.
Got you.
But what I was saying is, I don't know if UCF know this, but ETN broke an NFL record or set an NFL record for having a touchdown through all 4 games and averaging 6.1 yards a carry. Before that was Derrick Henry. He was at 6 yards a carry, but ETN surpassed him with just a 0.1.
Wow.
It's impressive. I love
Not
it.
surprising. He's been a beast, and he's been getting breaking a lot of long runs. I'll say that. So it's been really pleasantly surprising.
He
Oh,
just
yeah, what I
popped
was-
up like this.
What's that?
I'm sorry. No.
I didn't hear what you said.
Oh no, I was just like, he just popped off like this, like I was just like, where did this all come from,
I don't know. I mean, he was good in 2022. Then I think the last couple of years he was injured. That's the issue. And then now he's actually like healthy, it looks like. And I thought because he had a Liz Frank injury his rookie year. So I thought like he was good for a little bit. And Liz Frank's like sometimes those guys go south with those injuries. But I don't know. He's back. His vision is all of a sudden good. I don't know what happened to him, but he's been really good this year, and it's been nice to see.
All right, Big Jags fan dropped again. We're gonna have to fade you, Big Jags fan. Sorry, brother. We got to get to the second half of the show. Appreciate you calling in as always. Some technical difficulties tonight. We'll get you next week. Don't worry about it. Somebody did mention, and I'm glad they brought this up because it is true. Ricky Pearsall's hurt. He still has a chance to play on Thursday, but even if he is, that'll just be taken out from the slip, and we still get our picks in. So
Dude, that guy's
Sleeper,
good though, man. Ricky Pearsall's a good player.
He
was catching
So-
some insane passes that should not have been caught.
Oh no, for sure. Sleeper, but Sleeper will take care of us. So I'm not too worried about it. We'll take it for now. All right. We do have some super chats real quick. So we'll hit these. The real MVP says the Jaguars are finally being noticed by the national media after the 49ers win. But can you imagine if the Jags beat the Chiefs on Monday night? Yeah.
You know what they'll say? What they'll say is the Jaguars will get 3 takeaways. They'll be like, "Oh, the Chiefs were just giving the game away to the Jaguars."
Always,
like every game,
always
like
like
every
that.
game this year when we get these turnovers, it's not the Jaguars defense. The opposing quarterback just doesn't know what he's doing. That's all we've heard all year.
All right.
But I digress.
Clemson is better says if CJ wants out of Houston, should he get worried about being pinned with going to massage parlors?
My guy's not leaving Houston.
God.
He loves Houston.
I don't know what hat's he
gosh.
gonna show up wearing next week.
Dude, I hate that people care about that. And you know what's crazy? It's only the old people here in Houston that really give a damn about that. Like there was a guy on TikTok who said he called the Texans organization and complained about the hat. Like, what are we doing, Unc? Like, you have much better things to do, with your day. Go clock in and, stop worrying about what this kid's wearing. I don't expect anyone from Houston, to really rep the H. Some do. JJ Watt, he repped it as hard as he can. Some won't. Just win. There's no problem if we're 3-0, 4-0 right now.
I don't know, man. If you guys lose next week, you might pull a Texas Rangers hat.
Man, I said, how funny would it be that once we won, he would have walked out with an Astros hat, but
Dude, if he wears the Texas Rangers hat, he's trolling.
Oh, dude, absolutely. And it's sad that the media even had to ask him that question. Like, and he shut it off real quick and said, I'm gonna wear what I want. Like, what are we doing here, guys?
He could wear a
it's
Houston
just sports.
Cougars hat. Just saying. Anyways.
Eric Foreman says
Jalen
the
Hurts
Jags
wears
are
Astros jerseys all the time. I don't see Eagles fans bitching about that.
for sure.
As
for
long
sure.
as you don't put, as long as you're not doing what Kyler Murray did, which was putting on a Vic jersey and then deciding to take a picture with the dog. You know, as long as that don't happen, then I don't think CJ Stroud should have to
You
worry.
can do anything you want if you're winning. This would not be an issue if the Texans were winning.
Poor choice.
Doesn't matter what hat he be wearing. They were 4-0. He could wear whatever hat he wants to wear. But since they're losing, they got to look at body language. They got to look at attitude. They got to look at hats. You guys know how it goes.
Eric Foreman says the Jags are spanking the Chiefs. We'll see about that. That's going to be a good game. We're going to talk about it in a second. I'm from Duval says 80 Mitchell fan account. Where's there a bet, or was there a bet lost that I missed?
I don't know. I kind of want to know that too.
No, he's looking at my screen name. Look at my screen name. Hide the super chat real quick. Look at my screen.
Nice, nice. No.
When did you change
no, he's
that?
just a fan.
Holy
That's
cow.
awesome.
I'm an 80 Mitchell fan account, baby. I think you guys are being
Fresh
too hard on him.
Clips. Fresh Clip says Titans are already going for another first pick. Wow.
Poor Ross.
Brutal.
0-17, baby. 0-17.
Chat. I mean, can we not acknowledge this man has college stuff on now? Like, this is what the Titans have done to
including
Ross.
a college background. It's pretty
Look
bad.
at
Sam
what
B
they
says
have done to this man.
Sam V says 3 out of 4 weeks the Jags passing offense has played against the 12th, 7th, and 6th ranked pass defense. Been some tough matchups. Sounds a lot like excuses as to why Trevor Lawrence may not be playing so well, if I'm being honest. All right, let's get into it. Colts versus Raiders, 1 p.m. Eastern. We're going to start with you, Rossi. Who wins this game and what is the score? Colts versus Raiders, 1 p.m. Eastern on Sunday.
Colts. I mean, Colts should win this game, right? I don't know. There's not really much to go into this one, I think. I mean, what's insane is Daniel Jones is the #1 QB in the NFL right now, QBR. Like that's insane to me. Like he is playing really good football. And that's kind of scary. We're living in a world where Daniel Jones is the #1 quarterback in the NFL, according to QB rating. Anyways, I'm going to say, I'll say the Colts 28 and the Raiders 17.
Oh, okay. All right. Dalton, give me your score prediction on this one. Colts and Raiders.
Yeah, this is lame. I wish the Colts were playing a different team, but the Raiders. The Colts are better than the Raiders. It's at home. I mean, they're 6.5-point favorites. I don't know if they'll cover the spread, but I think they'll win. I'll go 23-20 Colts.
Okay, 23-20. All right. Ruben?
I will go. Oh yeah. I will go. Daniel Jones has a bounce back game, but the Colts do win this off of the back of JT. I have the Colts winning this one 27, and the Raiders fortunately can't get it going. They have 17.
Okay. All right. Derek, the whole panel riding with the Colts, man. What a change of tune here. I love it. What is the score prediction on this game, and how do the Colts get it done? I'm assuming you're going to pick them to win.
Yeah, I do think the Colts will win this one, although I am a little bit concerned. The Raiders and Ashton Genty have started to finally figure it out a little bit, and the Colts' run defense is abysmal. Brock Bowers, in the middle of the field always scares me. Our linebackers are trash at guarding the tight ends. So there's definitely going to be some things to work on, and I'm hoping Matt Gonsalves will be back at right guard, because if not, Max Crosby is going to have himself a field day going against Dalton Tucker. I hope that's not the case, but I do think that the Colts overall as a roster is just better than the Raiders. And obviously coming back home, they're going to be wanting to get a bounce back. So I think they'll win 27-23.
Ooh, absolutely love it. Okay. All right. Let's get into the Texans at the Ravens. We don't know if Lamar Jackson's playing in this game or not, but it does seem to be trending is him not playing. At least last time I checked. Maybe the news is already out. I'm not quite sure.
He's out.
I was going to say that I heard it's probably
Okay.
multiple weeks.
I had
3
heard
or
the
4
same
weeks,
thing, but when I saw it wasn't any verified like major account saying it. So that's too bad. No Lamar Jackson, but it certainly helps the Texans for sure. Derek, we'll go back to you. Who wins this one? Texans at the Ravens in the 1 p.m. time slot.
All right. Well, assuming that Lamar is not playing in this game, I know Ruben said I'm picking against the Texans regardless of what happened last week. But if Lamar's not playing in here, I'll be completely honest with you. I don't know how well the Ravens defense will actually move the ball because I think the Texans will be able to handle what's coming in front of them. I think the Texans will win this game without Lamar by a final score of 20-17.
Okay. I love it. Absolutely love it. All right. Dalton, give me your score prediction on this one, brother.
Yeah, this one is honestly really confusing with this game, especially with Lamar Jackson out. And honestly, the Ravens are confusing. I didn't think they would be in a did anyone really realize or think this game would be 2 1-3 teams playing in week 5 on this one? But it's definitely kind of the surprise of the season. But one thing that's not a surprise, everybody knew the Texans defense was elite. I mean, they'll, I don't know how many games the Texans will win, but I don't think they're going to get blown out in any game just because the Texans defense is just so good and suffocating. And, they got a good opportunity to play against a backup quarterback here. Who is the Ravens' backup quarterback now? Is it still Huntley?
Cooper
Rush. Okay. Yeah, that's I don't know what that's going to look like. And I think CJ Stroud gets another good opportunity to play against a defense that's really struggling. So I think the Texans are actually able to pull it out, to be honest with you. Like, I think while the Titans are bad, they were able to put some points on them. And I think what that mostly did was it kind of gave them some confidence that they can move the ball, they can score some points. And obviously in the NFL, it's all about kind of riding a hot hand. So I'll say the Texans win this one. I'll say 17-14.
All right. I like it. Rossi, who do you have winning this one? Texans or Ravens?
Yeah, I know. I'm pretty sure the Texans played. Cooper Rush was with Dallas, I think, last season, right?
Yeah,
they beat the crap out of him, right? So I mean, I think they're definitely capable of beating, the Ravens without Lamar Jackson at quarter. I mean, they might be able to with Lamar. I mean, their defense has been absolutely awful. I mean, a lot of it has to do with stopping Derrick Henry as well. Obviously, you got to stop that train because they're more than likely going to rely heavy on him. They also have Justice Hill, who fills in well for Henry and all that. But I'm going to go with UCF on this one too. I mean, I think the Texans are going to pull it out, especially because Cooper Rush is going to be playing. I think he's pretty terrible typically. So I'm going to say we'll say the Texans 24 and the Ravens. I'm going to give them 17.
All right. Ruben, the whole panel is picking your Texans, but it sounds like you may not feel the same. Who wins this game and what's the score?
Yeah, no, I'm not going to give you a score prediction, but I don't have the Houston Texans in this one. I totally agree with every single one of you guys. The Texans should dominate Cooper Rush. They should be able to score the football against one of the worst defenses in the NFL. However, the Houston Texans have had zero to little success against the Baltimore Ravens. Last year, you played them on Christmas in front of Beyonce. They beat you 40-2. The year before that, in the playoffs, the only time you scored was a punt return from Steven Sims. The Houston Texans in the DeMeco Ryans, CJ Stroud era have yet to score an offensive touchdown against Baltimore. I don't even know if the Houston Texans have won at MAT Bank Stadium. I know multiple times they got their ass beat. So they need to show me they can win at Baltimore before I go ahead and give them that nod every single time.
I'm going to go with a bold prediction. I think the Texans score an offensive touchdown drive number 1.
If they do that, it's up.
All right, Rossi, we got your Titans on deck. We'll get to you last. They're playing at the Cardinals in the 4 p.m. time slot. Derek, we'll start with you on this one. Titans at Cards. Who do you have getting it done in this game?
I have the Tennessee Titans winning their first game of the season on the road.
Go Rocky Top.
I think that there will be something. There's something about Cam Ward coming out and saying what he did. obviously everybody knows it, but half the time you don't hear people say it out loud because that's just not what teams like to do. They try to be frugal about it, but Cam Moore's just letting everybody know. We know it. We're ass right now, and we got to figure something out. And I think that against the Cardinals team that, I mean, let's be honest, Rossi. I mean, Kyler Murray, he's getting pressured a lot. Your front can get pressure on Kyler Murray. He makes mistakes when he's under pressure. I think you guys can capitalize on that. I think your defense can do it. I have the Tennessee Titans winning 17-14 over Arizona.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Ruben, do you agree with Derek on this one? Do the Titans get their first win, or do they fall to the Cardinals and go 0-5? What are your thoughts?
Yes, they will fall to the Cardinals, even though I did love the "we are ass" speech, because it is true. You know, I don't know if a lot of players like the fact that he said that. With that being said, shout out to Kyler Murray. Guys, Kyler Murray is a legend here in Houston. He's a legend here in Texas. He's one of the most winningest quarterbacks ever. And that's what Johnny Manziel being here, Andy Dalton being here. Shout out to Kyler Murray. I have the Cards winning this one, 27. Let's go 14. Jonathan Gannon gets a big win.
All right, Dalton, you got to break the tie on the panelists here. One guy going with the Titans to get their first win, another picking the Cardinals. What say you in this game?
Dude, I don't know if there's a single team I would pick the Titans to beat right now. Dude, there's have you seen this team play? They're awful. And they're going nowhere.
The Saints.
They could not beat the Saints right now.
I don't think they could beat the Saints, honestly, in some ways.
Their head coach is an idiot. They had them going in a completely wrong direction. They're this thing where it's like, oh, like I'm the head coach, and after 3 weeks, I'm going to give up play calling because that's really going to fix us. No, they're like, they might get better after maybe toward the end of the season, but dude, they're awful right now. I don't know. I knew they wouldn't get that many wins, but I didn't think they would be this bad. I don't know how to fix them. I think Cam Ward, I mean, I like what he said last week, and I think that, you know, he's definitely the right guy to have back there. But geez, man, it's not one thing, it's not two things, it's not three things. It's just everything's wrong. The roster, the scheme, the coaching, the everything. So until they can show anything, I'm picking them to lose. I'll say the Cardinals win this one 24-10.
All right, well, let's go to the Tennessee Vols fan up in the corner here. I know that you probably don't watch the NFL, but if you did, would you pick the Titans or the Cardinals, do you think?
Right. I mean, honestly, dude, look, I share a lot of the same sentiments as UCF. And, you know, I love that Cam Ward came out and said that. Like, we asked, yada, yada. I mean, he's being truthful. I love that he did that. A lot of people do. But the bottom line is he played, and he admitted that he played awful this past Sunday. And it seems like we're at this point where he's having like one pass a game where you're like, oh my God, like he runs, 50 yards side to side and then throws some insane pass all the way across the middle of the field or something like that and completes it. And right now, honestly, that's all I'm seeing from Cam. Like, I'm not seeing the ability to make just the standard NFL regular throw. Now, to his defense, the Titans wide receivers are a bunch of bums. Calvin Ridley's a bum. He can't catch the ball. Lockett is old and slow. I don't even know why he's on the football field. Van Jefferson sucks. Alec Iomanner, he's a 4th-round pick. He's done okay. But let's be honest, he's a 4th-round pick. He's not freaking the guy from Detroit. What's his name? That went in the 4th round. It's been so awesome.
Hooker.
Yeah, right. But like
Tennessee legend.
Not. I think he's like kind of a 4th, 3rd, 4th wide receiver. Like, that's the thing. All the weapons that he has or lack of, they suck, man. And the Titans didn't do anything in the offseason to help him. And Brian Callahan is awful. So I think a lot of it goes down to really coaching and Cam not having any weapons at all. Not to say that Cam is playing great, because he's not, but I just don't see them winning a game right now. I don't think they're ready to win a game. Tony Pollard, decent running back. It's a snooze fest. They run left, run right. Like, it's so boring. There's no electricity in this offense at all. There's nobody really fun to watch. Calvin Ridley he really sucks this year. Like, he's absolutely terrible.
Dude, he's
most
trash,
drops
bro.
in the
I'm
league.
telling
You
you,
saw the glasses they made him wear?
dude, Calvin Ridley is
dude, that's such a joke.
Dude, Calvin Ridley is literally a training camp legend. In training camp, he looks like an all-pro.
Yeah.
He's smooth at route running. He catches everything. Then in the regular season, he disappears. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
It's true. And
He's
this
hurt me
training
too.
camp,
Okay, he's hurt me too.
bro, this training camp, everybody's like, oh my God, the Cam to Calvin connection. Oh, they're gonna, be the best rookie wide receiver connection. It's so stupid. It's all so dumb. Look, I'll quit ranting and raving, but I don't see the Titans winning this game. I don't. I see Arizona putting up probably. I'm gonna say, we'll say 24 points. I'll give the defense a little credit and not make it a complete blowout. I'm going to say 24-6 Arizona.
Sounds like it's Xavier Restrepo season over in Tennessee, man. That's my
They need
guy
to play
right
him.
there.
They need to play him, dude.
Might as well get somebody that Cam's familiar with at the very least. It's that time, fellas. It is that time. Jaguars, Chiefs, Monday Night Football, fellas. Let's talk about it. Derek, we're going to start with you on this one. Jaguars, Chiefs. Who do you have winning this game on Monday Night Football?
I hate that I'm going to say what I'm about to say.
Derek.
Jaguars are going to pull off the upset.
Let's go,
Jacksonville
baby.
Jaguars will beat Kansas City on Monday Night Football, shock the NFL world. And it's going to be exactly what Dalton said, is that when they do win and the Chiefs come back down to earth, the narrative is going to be, oh, the Chiefs aren't actually that good. And that's what's going to happen. So I'll say 24-21 Jags.
All right, Ruben, we got one for the Jags. Can we get number 2 Monday Night Football, Jaguars versus the Chiefs? Who wins this one?
Yeah, I'm going for Jacksonville also, man. They have a new mentality down there. After the Jaguars beat the Texans, head coach Liam Cohen gave a very fiery speech in the locker room. And then, against the 49ers, he goes up to Robert Saleh and says, keep my name out your effing mouth. I love that. And I think something like that is contagious. I hate the Chiefs. I don't wish any of their fans, well. They are definitely sacrificing goats underneath that stadium. Their time needs to come to an end. This is going to be a close game. I'm going to go with the same score as Derek, man. But let's get a Kansas City missed field goal to tie it up to go to overtime.
Oh, the
Let's have
Swifties
UCF dad like going crazy.
Love if Bucker misses a game-winning or a game-tying field goal, dude. They hate Harrison Bucker, dude.
I don't know if I could physically handle overtime.
Rossi, we got 2 picking the Chiefs to fall to the Jags. Who do you got in this one, brother?
Yeah, I feel like we're a bunch of like AFC South homers this episode or something. But no, I think it just shows where the AFC South is. We got, Colts and Jags are playing well, but Kansas City won the last 2 games against the Giants in Baltimore. I see the Jags pulling this one out too. I really do. And I love what Cohen is doing down there. Unfortunately, the Jags pick the right coach. The Titans just can't seem to pick a good coach to save their life. But I'm gonna say the Jags 30 and the Chiefs 27.
Let's go.
Plot twist. Rossi picks 3 AFC South teams to win, and none of them were the Titans. Dalton, all 3 panelists are picking the Jags to beat the Chiefs. What say you, brother? Last week you faded it. You picked the Niners to get it done. I know that was the reverse jinx you pulled off. Are you doing it again this week, or are you actually picking the Jags to win this one?
Oh man, unfortunately, I'm picking the Jaguars to get the W. We are going to make a statement that the Jaguars are here. The Jaguars have arrived. We're going to go out there against the back-to-back AFC champions and show the world what the Jaguars are. Look, Trevor Lawrence has been struggling, but he's going to have a great game this one. No turnovers, 3 tutties. Both Travis Hunter and Brian Thomas Jr. are going to get their first receiving touchdowns. The defense will force at least 2 turnovers in this game, and the Jaguars will ultimately pull out the dub. I've got the Jaguars winning this one. Let's say 31-21. Let's go, Jags.
Give me a Duval.
Hey.
The whole panel picking the Jags to get the upset on Monday Night Football. I absolutely love it. Clemson is better, says T-Law played good enough to whoop the Whiner Niners. I saw this comment about 6 times. Big quarterbacks wins guy, apparently 4 turnovers and a special teams touchdown might have contributed just a little bit, but
no, Jesse, if you ever say anything bad about Trevor Lawrence, Clemson is better will find you wherever you are. Okay,
that's fine.
It could be
Trevor
it
Lawrence
could be Derek in the
buns. How about that, Clemson?
It could be the second quarter of Ruben's live watch party, and he mentions Trevor Lawrence. He'll show up. It could be Titans Rossi while their team's getting
the only
beat
thing,
down 24-0. He'll show up.
Clemson is better at right now is destroying preseason hype like no other this year. Okay, there's a lot of people projecting them to potentially win the national championship, and they look like straight ass. All right.
Fresh Clip says Genty is getting Benty over with the Colts win. Very creative. Very creative. Also sketchy. Biggs 904 says shout out to my boy UCF Jaguar Duval. I'm calling it out. All AFC South teams win in spectacular twist. Let's go. 49ers also bounce back though. No, they don't. They're about to go on a 3-game bender.
That's why I went with all the AFC South teams this week. I legitimately think all of us can win this week, and I hope we do because the AFC South needs it.
You know, it's unfair that the Jaguars and Colts don't play until December. What is this NFL scheduling going on here?
I know. It's so weird. We always play our Tennessee games early, and then we just play you guys like 4 times in the last 6 weeks, and I don't understand it at all.
Yeah, not ideal.
Absolutely love it. Well, it was a good week. Clemson is better, says Cade Klubnik, Peyton Manning.
I know you don't believe that.
Nice.
I'm glad you spent $2 to tell me that. I know you don't believe that.
Absolutely love it. Well, listen, another great show. We'll be back next Tuesday, same time, same place, 7 p.m. Eastern, to recap week 5, talk about week 6. Good luck to the AFC South teams. Thank you to everybody that contributed. Much love. Talk soon. Peace.
Duval.